and I am really happy to be here today. I can't remember, Jan, I was going to ask you if this was my 8th or my 9th year doing this, because I don't remember, but it's been such a happy little annual event, and getting to
Yeah, that's
see and
amazing.
right. It was before there was early learning, and now look at us. And now I also do want to preface jumping in to say child development, those early learning years, that's my specialty. That's where my happy joy really delved deep into the industry and fell in love early. But it is for every age. And I really loved inspiring teachers all across the nation. And so let me tell you just a smidgen about who on earth am I and what am I doing here and what is this monumental mission that I'm on. Because 2 years ago, I published my book. I left my nonprofit learning center in Wenatchee, Washington, and I have been on a monstrumental mission, a grand mission all across our nation. 37 states so far, bringing this message of joy to the world. Monstrumental, I'm making up a new word because I love that, and it's an instrumental and monstrous, and so together it's really bigger than anything I can imagine, because my mission is literally to change the world, to make it a more joyful place. And I have dedicated my entire life to bringing this message to the masses. And one of the ways I did it was by creating this book, How to Teach Joy. It's a simple guide for nurturing a child's development, but it's so much more than that. It's a tool. It is the conduit that I'm using to bring the importance of early childhood education, the importance of bringing joyful STEM into the lives of all children. And so when I jump into my cute little Jeep and I take off and turn left then right, I am going to parents and teachers all over to really bring this message and bring this tool. And so the fun thing about this fun tool, you can get it on Amazon, you can get it on my website. I'll give you my website at the end. But just to give you a peek-see into what it is and what it does. Oh, I should do this for a second to like show you what I'm talking about. Can you see all of me?
Yes.
Okay. To show you what I'm talking about. So it's How to Teach Joy, a simple guide for nurturing a child's development. But inside is the magic, because it's not just for kids, you guys. It looks like a pretty cute and durable and cleanable, by the way, children's book, but guess what? Inside, it is a children's book. On one side of every page, you're going to see the children's side that teaches kids child development. But on the other side, that's the special stuff. That's the reference guide. It's got activities and ideas and understanding. What does cognitive development look like for a 2-year-old? And what can we do to really bring more joy, intention, and simplicity into their life during this time and age through fun, hands-on activities? So check it out. Like I say, there'll be a link at the end and on my website and all the good stuff. But I want you to know how to use this, because this is a communication tool to get on the same page with parents. It's a communication tool to get on the same page as kids. It's a reference guide to be able to find some cool and fun activities that maybe you hadn't thought of. And also, it's universal. I mean, first 5 years are the first 5 years. That's foundational. But the truth is, we all develop in the same way and we don't stop learning. And so I right here am a lifelong learner, and I am glad that you're here too, because it's evidence that you guys are as well. So take your right hand, reach over your left shoulder, and pat yourself on the back. Good job for being here, you guys. Good job for showing up for yourselves, but then also for the littles in your classroom and in your life. So let's jump back in. I'm going to be so good at this sharing, by the end of it, I'm just gonna flow right through without hesitation. Shabam! So you guys, I've told you about the tool, I've told you about the mission. I have spent my entire existence of being learning from and with young children, parents, educators, peers, instructors, professionals, gurus. I have really, truly been blessed in my life for the last, I've been saying 33 years, for actually quite a few years now, and I did the math the other day. I've been in the industry for 38 years. And I don't believe it myself because I'm not even 38 yet. So I don't know how it happened, but I fell in love. I fell in love the first moment I walked into a room with children, and just fell deeper in love every time I learned a little bit more information. So I have spent this long old honkin' stinking life collecting data, getting down on the ground, right onto my belly, looking in the eyes of the child to say, is it this one or this one that you like more? And understanding how they learn from every single possible angle. And so that I've been able to collect this to bring it to the masses. So where I've been able to go with it is I have owned several different child development centers, starting in California when I was 23, had my first center, and then after I moved up to Washington, have had several more since then. I think my total is now 9 different early learning centers. And if any of you have heard of Teams Learning Center in Wenatchee, training, educating, and mentoring services, that was my brainchild. I started that baby up, rubbing my brain cells together to create a really special learning environment for over 3,000 families over the last 10 years. Well, something really cool happened a couple years ago. First I earned Nonprofit of the Year 2023 from Chamber, and I was so proud and grateful. And then it was time to publish my book. And so it became an Amazon bestseller really quick. I'm so proud and very happy of that. And I decided it was time. It needed a life of its own. Staff were trained, the program's thriving, and it was time for me to take this show on the road. And so what I've been able to do with my information, my mission, and my message is to take it to educators just like you. And so over 2,200 over the last 2 years since publishing have I been able to come and do workshops or keynotes or weekend camping events, and really inspiring teachers and parents with this message of bringing joy to the world. And the way I've been doing it is by talking about play on purpose. Now, I'm going to give you a wicked condensed version because I have too much information to share. And so basically we talk about what's your play? What does play look like to you? Because it looks like different ways to different people. Some people like jumping off a perfectly good cliff with a parachute, hopefully. And some people love knitting and everything in between. Joy sometimes to me looks like a bubble bath, and sometimes it looks like a way too long hike where my body feels it for days. And so finding your play. So put your left hand up in the air. And I want you to state as loud and passionately as you can. I know that you're muted, so I won't be able to hear you, but the universe will. So say something that gives you joy through play. So a hobby, or listening to music, traveling. Tell me what you think. Say it proud, loud. Sing it if you'd like. There's your play. Yeah, good job. All right, now take your right hand and think about what's your true purpose in life. What do you want to be? What is it that makes you you? What's the most important thing to you? Like integrity, family. For me, it's impact. I want to connect with you. I want to bring my mission to you and fill you up with joy. That's my mission. That's important to me. I'm going to put it on my right hand because it's the right thing to think about, and it's always with me. Now, I am dyslexic, so I also put it on this hand, and it's interchangeable, right? My play, my purpose, but together, that's what brings intentional joy. If you are feeling tired beyond sleep, if you are feeling burned out beyond idea retrieval, if you are feeling overwhelmed with the sheer amount that you want to accomplish, this is how to get to the meat and the goodness of it. Find your play, find your purpose, connect with your intentional joy. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that, because I can literally talk for 100 days on this topic alone and never take a breath or stop to pee, which is how I teach as well. So I want you to know that we can connect anytime. I'm here for you. But that's my overall who on earth is Teacher Joy? And you guys, often in our classrooms, we take the mindset of, let's get our work done so we can play. I'd like to shift your thinking for just 1 second. And there we go. Oh, I think that already happened. Okay. I'd like to shift your thinking for just 1 second. And better yet, let's play with our work. When you are engaging, when you're having fun, when you're excited about what you're doing, that retention skyrockets. Okay, so that's one piece of it, but also you are getting to have fun. If you're having fun, they're having fun. If they're having fun, they're learning. If they're learning, they're thriving, they're growing, and you're setting them up for future success. So, what I'm here to do, what I'm here to bring into your life is that better yet. Better yet, instead of just introducing sound, let's bring it in and play with it. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put a pin in this for a second. I have some instructions. Okay, you guys, some of you are different thinkers. Some of you have different gifts and skills in life. I have the gift of gab. My dad used to say that I would fill the airways so naturally. What I don't have the gift of, technically, yes, I'm a writer, but if you love taking notes and you want to be a note taker, you know what I think would be a really cool thing? Stick it in the chats. Let's everybody get a chance to see these fun little ideas as they come up, any ways that we can inject a little bit of joy into the classroom and through the curriculum. And so if you could, write it in our chats, because as other people get a chance to look at this and read it, they'll be able to see the chats. And you guys, I'm not brilliant. Here's the fun fact. I am resourceful. I surround myself with brilliance. Therefore, together, we're brilliant. So write your ideas in the chats. Share with others. I feel like I am echoing a little bit. Sorry about that. Whoa, did you feel that? There might be a future storm coming on. We'll see later. So, what my point is... Yes, ma'am.
I was just going to say, let's ask, there's some people that aren't muted, and that might help with the echoing. You can mute them as a host, but I can't mute them.
Some of them I can mute, and some of them I have to ask to mute. And so
Okay.
I've been doing it a little bit, but...
Okay, yeah.
multitasking, you guys, let me tell you.
Turn your mute on. It'll make it a little bit easier. Or turn your audio off until you're unmuting to talk. Okay, thanks.
Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Nope, no echo. I think we're good. All right, you guys, let's jump back over to those slides and let's get on track. So my call to action to you is feel free to write in any of the chats, any of the ideas that we say. Some of you are listeners, some of you are contributors, some of you are note takers. Any which way, let's fill the chat up so that our next watchers can be impressed with all of our collected brilliance. You're welcome. Okay. It's magic, you guys. There is magic in your classrooms. There's magic in your life. There's magic all throughout this world. You just have to sometimes pause and take a look for it. Sometimes you have to weed through a little bit of the stress to find those sparkles of STEMable teaching moments. And sometimes you can facilitate it, and sometimes you can just sit back and watch it happen. And sometimes you can conjure it up yourself, pull it out of your soul, and welcome the rest of the students and your peers to join you in this fun. So what I want to say is, this is your invitation. This is your call to action. This is your chance to get in touch with your silly inside and bring it to life through connecting with the kids in STEM. You'll see a few of these little pictures throughout on the slideshow. If you have any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself and jump right in. This is interactive, and so I do want you to say, hey, what are y'all doing there? And for the record, we all had our eyes closed in that little circle, and we were visualizing the most beautiful things. And so if you would like to take a moment and close your eyes, and I would like for you to envision in your mind's eye, in your make-believe imagination space, a plate of your most favorite, delicious food to eat. Smell that delicious food. Bring it up to your nose and look with your imagination at what that would look like. Pick up a fork and put it in your mouth and let that delicious food nurture your soul. When you have that visual in your mind, open your eyes, smile, and say out loud, or mute it or not, doesn't matter to me, what was on your plate. Ready, set, taco salad. No, fruit salad. Oh, I gotta close my eyes and imagine again. Thing is, I'm indecisive. The thing is, that imagination can be brought anywhere. That's always with you. Whether you have the materials, doesn't matter. It's always there right with you. So look for those STEMable moments. Find those ways to engage in STEM learning by having fun. Building up a tall tower as big as you can, and then karate chop it down. Or hit it from the bottom and see what happens. Hit it from the top and see what happens. Sort those blocks into shapes and sizes. Bring Skittles and sort them by color. Like, there's so many different ways that we can add that sprinkle of fun to make it engaging and memorable, because that's the true magic in learning. Because play is serious learning. When you disguise it as fun, it sucks them right in. And so one of the ways that I always know my go-to is to have fun is with my energy, with my enthusiasm. And so when you are enthusiastic, enjoying yourself, showing up for them, getting excited, building mystery, using your voice, using props, that's when that play really gets deeper into that fun of learning. Sometimes there are magical ingredients. Sometimes there are things that you can bring into your classroom to really take some mundane moment and give it a little bit of sparkle. Sometimes I like to hide things in the classroom. I know last year we talked about having a case for just in case. And, you can see me even little, right? My case has grown from a little pencil box to, my big suitcase behind me, and my briefcase that I bring with me everywhere I go. Sometimes you just need something in your hand or in your purse. Sometimes, you guys, now that I'm traveling, this is my case for just in case. So I can travel all over the world and make sure that I have enough fun packed away that I can pull and enjoy having a moment of fun and learning. Some of the things you'll always find in my case for just in case: flashlight, bubbles, bottle of water, giant balloons that expand beyond belief. So much fun can just be had with a little object. And it's easy. It's an easy, quick attention getter. It's an easy, quick, I love to use like a balloon or a ball to pick the next friend to share. If I throw a ball up, whoever catches it, oh, thank you for volunteering. So those fun ways to add props in and give the kiddos a chance to shake up that monotony, shake up that learning, and have a little bit more fun, because we are all children. Some of us are just a little older than others. We've just been around longer, a little playing a little further. But when you bring that joy into your classroom, when you have those special sparks of fun, enjoyment, that's what opens the door to curiosity. And that, my friends, is the magic key to open up that door. And so when I have that environment set up and allowing that curiosity to just naturally unfold, giving them a tactile environment that they can fully engage in, and also giving them some fun. So I'll put on my superhero hat, or I'll put on my scientist goggles and get into character. Sometimes using my voice, or sometimes using a story or a song, or even a video. Let's plug in a little, technology into it and be able to harness those resources that you've got. And so one of the things that I love to do is put a little prop up on the shelf where the kids can see it but not necessarily access it, and be able to say, gosh, where did I put that frog? And that frog has got to be around here somewhere, and be able to give them a chance to hunt and seek and find it. And then that really is what opens the transition up to bringing that frog song to life. Being able to use your character, use the different excitement of what you're doing, coupled with things like open-ended questions. Let's get into that a little bit. Because when we take a curious approach, that's when they engage. I wonder what would happen if the beginning of STEM, when they notice it, when they wonder about it, when they get curious, when they get deeper in, when they explore, that's where the messy goodness comes in. That's where we can really go, ooh, what happened there? Ooh, tell me more. What is it that you're learning? But sometimes, let me tell you, the best thing that we can do is get out of the way. Teachers don't have to know all the answers, you guys. The best STEM questions don't even have one answer. And if anybody could also put in the chat, what's a better way to say there's more than one way to skin a cat? Because I am not in the business of skinning cats. Not in my life, not in my classroom, not anywhere in my existence will I ever be skinning a cat. That is gross and disgusting, and I don't care how many ways there are. But what I really want to know is how to say that statement without being gross, without having to see the visual in my mind. So if you know of a better way, for instance, here's an example of one of the things I say is feed two birds with one scone. because nobody wants to go around throwing rocks at birds. Like, don't do that, you guys. Just feed the birds with the scone. Don't throw rocks at, throw stones. What's this original statement? I haven't even used it for so long. I don't even remember. Oh, kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah. And
Don't-
someone put in the chat, there is more than one way to cut a pineapple.
Ooh,
That
I like
sounds
it.
yummy. That's a good visual.
That's a
Thank you,
delicious
Nancy
choice. Oh, you guys, my favorite thing to ask are questions. Really giving them the environment and seeing what they can come up with. Because guess what? They're smarter than me. They have had access, they have had support, they've had love, they've had excellent teachers in their lives, and their brains have been firing on all four cylinders, wait, probably more than four, all of their cylinders, to be able to get that questions answered. Let's turn the tables back on them and give them all of the questions ourselves. What would happen if? Just two words in life. What if? What if? What if? What if I fall? Oh, but what if you fly? Anytime you can, ask those questions. And so as you see these activities, there was a question posed with the the purple sensory water, that was, how do we keep the people out of the, how do we keep them from drowning? You know, what are we going to do? There's just this roll of foil and these people, and what are we going to do to save them? And the kids came up with these different devices, these different boats, these different things that that they are using to save the people. The STEM concepts, just putting it out there and saying, ooh, I wonder what they're going to do. Giving them that freedom of exploration, and then deeper engaging through those open-ended questions. Like, what could we change to make that happen? What do you think that would happen if we added water? How do the seeds feel? Which one's heavier? What do you think? When it comes down to, there are 3 words and 3 intentions that really bring forth a multitude of joy. Open-ended questions, those 3 words. Open-ended questions. The more that we can ask those open-ended questions, the better. Because what we're gaining from asking those open-ended questions, that's immeasurable. Because what we're able to witness, what we're able to see, that they know, that they understand, that they're thinking beyond, or maybe the way they're thinking, that's asked through those open-ended questions. And watching, observing, how do they navigate the activity that was presented for them? How we're teaching in this picture, we're teaching them to observe, and we're observing our worms and drawing, and they've got this little worm that they've named, and we've talked about, and they're watching it. They want to see what it's going to do, but more importantly, the open-ended questions. What do you think it's going to do? Why is it going to do that? What do you think it wants? That's what is going from filling their mind to knowledge to opening their mind to possibilities. And so getting a chance to witness that, getting a chance to see their understanding, but also collecting that knowledge and looking for those STEMable moments where you can put that special magic of joy in to get them excited on a deeper level. The picture down below that was, they were building a ball track, and it wasn't balls, it was little pom-poms, and they had straws, and they were blowing the pom-pom through the block track. And there was a part of designing their track, and there was a part of problem solving, and they had to make obstacles, and they just loved that engagement because they got to really bring it to life. All right, let's keep on a move on because there's still so much more information I want to share. I hope that you guys have your ears wide open because I can't stop talking now. And if you did need to, turn your ears up a little bit and find that happy medium. All right, here's a very important thing. Get outside. Like, really, you guys, get outside. Go on, get out there. Come on outside with me. This is science at its best. Mother Nature does a superb job at bringing opportunity after opportunity to be able to learn from the environment while they're outside. So get out, take those field trips, go on those nature walks, spend time sitting in the ground with a 12 by 12 inch square and looking into that spot and seeing what you can see, zooming all the way in and then zooming all the way out, and explore Google Earth on your classroom computer. Like, there's so many things that we can do to appreciate the outdoors, but wait, there's more. Get those bodies moving. Moving those bodies. Now, this is one of my favorite things. Movement comes so naturally to all of us in every way, but sometimes we think we need to sit and think in order to learn. But for goodness sakes, let's shake that paradigm. Let's get out of that box. Let's get out of that classroom and let's get outside. Build an obstacle course, explore kites and wind, and investigate the motion of your own bodies. Let me tell you, calisthenics have been such a happy part of my classroom in just about every classroom that I've been in. There's such a STEM moment that's waiting to be harnessed by doing calisthenics with kids. And if I do it every day, they fall right into suit. It was one of my favorite things to do in pre-K as we transitioned from our outdoor garden classroom inside to go right in to have snack. And so each of our kiddos would take a turn during our calisthenics to go in, go to the bathroom, wash their hands, get their stuff, and line up. And so as they did their turn, they would get a chance to do their turn and then go and take care of their business. And their turn was they got to pick the body movement and how many of them. And so sometimes, because, they're 4 and 5 and 6-year-olds, and so they were saying things like, I want 700 push-ups, 742 push-ups. And so Teacher Joy doesn't know how to do 742 push-ups. Neither did those little kiddos, but I was able to say, okay, well, what's 7 plus 4 plus 2? There we go. That's how many push-ups we're going to try to do. And the other piece of the calisthenics is, guess what, you guys? I did it with them every time. Even the burpees, even out of breath, even the cherry pickers when my back hurt. I didn't do it all the way every time, but I wanted to engage with them and earn my cool points. Sometimes that's what it takes. So let's talk a little bit more about movement, because here's your freebie. Check it out. There is a link right there. I will send this slide deck over to Janelle and get this available on through the platform. But if you wanted to just do a screenshot, that'll take you to my email, and I can send you the wait for it, Song Cube. I'll send you the Song Cube download. And guess what, you guys? This is the fun part. I'm going to stop sharing for a second so that you can see the full meal deal. So this, I have picked my 6 favorite movement STEM songs, and I have put them put them in a couple of different sizes so that you can pick and choose the size of the cube that you want. But you fill it with bells, you fill it with whistles, you fill it with rice, whatever it is that makes the sound that you want to make. and print it out and the song on each side. So when you, let's go. Dun, 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 dun. There was a hole. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Y'all can see me, right? Okay. There was a hole in the middle of the ground, and the green grass grew all around, and the green grass grew all around. And in that hole, there was a tree, the prettiest tree that you ever did see, And the tree in the hole, in the ground, and the green grass grows all around, and the green grass grows all around. If you know this song, go ahead and sing along with me. If you don't know it, then try. This is how you're going to learn. Ready? And on that tree, there was a branch, the prettiest branch that you ever did see, And the branch in the tree, in the hole, in the ground, and the green grass grows all around, and the green grass grows all around. And on that branch, there was a twig, the prettiest twig that you ever did see, And the twig and the branch and the tree and the hole, in the ground, and the green grass grows all around, and the green grass grows all around. And on that twig, there was a nest, the prettiest nest that you ever did see, And the nest in the twig and the branch and the tree and the hole, in the ground, and the green grass grows all around, and the green grass grows all around. And in that nest, there was an egg, the prettiest egg that you ever did see, And the egg and the nest and the twig and the branch and the tree and the hole, in the ground, and the green grass grows all around, and the green grass grows all around. Last one. And in that egg, there was a chick. Oh, two more. Chick. And on that chick, there was a feather, the prettiest feather that you ever did see, And the feather on the chick and the egg and the egg and the nest and the twig and the branch and the tree and the hole, in the ground. And the green grass grows all around, and the green grass grows all around. All right, you guys. Now let's get to, I'm glad you love that. Let's get to, how do I go back to screen? Where did it go? Share. There you are. Oh, I lost my eloquence. Okay, we will get back to this page. That's the QR code. If you haven't gotten it yet, then it is teacherjoy@live.com. But this is what it looks like. Oh, ta-da! Teacher Joy's SITM song cube. And so you get these 3 different sizes. And so you've got this cube that I just showed you is the smaller of the size. But then I've also printed out kind of a big one if you want that out for display, or if you want that to hold on to it and read it. And then that little one, if you want to do, instead of a cube, you can always do a grab bag or a mystery box, and then they pull out the one. And so here is one of the songs. I'm just going to go ahead and sing it while you can read it. And I love to do a little lead up with this song because I am such a fan of telling stories. And so my friend Jake had the coolest cat in the world. It was like a chameleon cat, and he was magical. His name was Scat, and I would take him out to practice his magic because I'm a witch. So he and I would go out, and people would get a little bit scared. So this one day we went to the park, and people were scared of this black cat walking across the path. And so I said, you know what, I think you're scaring people, Scat. And he's like, yeah, all right. Well, let's do a little magic then. And just then came bouncing by a big yellow ball. I'm Scat, the cat. I'm sassy and I'm fat. I don't like my color, so I change it like that. Boom, just like that. Scat turned the color of the bouncing ball. Do you remember what it was? That's right, it was yellow. And let's see, you remembered it was yellow. I wonder what you see at the park next. Asking those questions, giving those participants a chance to say, since I can't see the chat, I would normally say give you a chance, but I don't want to run over time. You guys are going to stop recording at some point, and I want to make sure to get you all the sounds. So there's Scat, the cat. He's sassy and he's fat. Don't like my color, so I change it like that. Oh, the banana song! You guys, one of my career highlights is I did at one point have 275 campers of all ages, from birth to death and everywhere in between. 275 of them becoming bananas and running all across a camp hillside. It was so much fun. All right, you guys, you probably know this one, but just in case you don't, we're gonna do it real quick. Here I am. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Bananas unite. That's what bananas unite looks like. And then this is peel, and then there's chop, and then there's mash, and then there's go bananas. Ready? Bananas unite. You know what would be really cool is if you undid your screen and you could show me and you doing this with me. I'm just saying, if you're here to have fun, then show me your fun. Ready, set, bananas unite. Peel bananas, peel, peel bananas, peel bananas, peel, peel bananas, chop bananas, chop, chop bananas, chop bananas, chop, chop bananas, mash bananas, mash, mash bananas, mash bananas, mash, mash bananas, go bananas, go bananas, go bananas, go bananas. So this is a fun one to get everybody excited about getting into movement and having some fun in the day. And it's a quick one. It's a quick one. It just takes a quick minute. So the banana song, fan favorite. Oh, you guys, I love the insect one. All right, it's another one I might have to stand up for. Let's try it. Okay, you get to see it. Now I should show you, because it's a location joke. Okay. Insect song. I am an insect in this life, and this is what I'm made of. 2 antennae, and this is what I'm made of. This is what I look like. I am an insect in this life, and this is what I'm made of. 2 antennae, compound eyes, and this is what I'm made of. I am an insect in this life, and this is what I'm made of. Two antennae, compound eyes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 legs, and this is what I'm made of. I am an insect in this life, and this is what I'm made of. 2 antennae, compound eyes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 legs, 2 wings so I can fly. My thorax and my abdomen, this is what I'm made of. I shortened that a little bit for time's sake, but I mean, come on, I can't not, right? Like, the thorax and the abdomen, it's the cutest part for sure. Okay, so there's one of them. And then let's see what's next. Sweet potato, oop, oop, oop. What did the chef put into the soup? Okay, best STEM song in my opinion, because that's it. It's just that little chant, right? Like, that's the whole thing. Sweet potato, oop, oop, oop. What can the chef put into the soup? But the buildup and the excitement, and that is the fun part. But the real STEM part is asking each kiddo what it is that we should put into our soup. Any food you can imagine, anything that you want, and then how many of them. Now, the kids are so great at not giving a simple answer, let me just say, because 700 scoops of cotton candy has been in many a soup that I have made in my life. And so we just do a sweet potato, oop, oop, oop. What did the chef put into the soup? And I'm doing a knee slap, clap, little pattern. And so I love to start that little pattern up and then start the chant with the sweet potato, and then oop, oop, oop is the 3 slaps. And then here's the fun thing. You're asking them and adding it on, and then stir it up, and then go back to the clap, and it'll go like this. Sweet potato, oop, oop, oop. What did the chef put into the soup? Anybody want to get off mute and give me an answer? Any food you can think of.
Broccoli. Oh, broccoli.
I heard broccoli. I'm a tree girl. Like, I love trees of all shapes and sizes and forms and fashions, and especially getting to eat trees. Woo! Winning. Little florets, little big old heads. All right, how many of those broccolis should we put in?
13.
Yes, let's do 13. Now, a couple of different fun ways that you can do it depending on which age group you are. You can do some adding, you can do some a dozen plus one, you can count them all out. There's no wrong way. Today we're just going to count in 13 because it's the perfect number. Are you ready? Set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Did I get them all? All right, stir it up. And sweet potato, oop, oop, oop. What did the chef put into the soup? Okay, one more.
7 sardines.
Ooh, sardines. Oh man, those are stinky and slippery, you guys. We're gonna have to count those 7 with our fingertips tipped so tight, because when you pick up that little fish, it wants to slip right out of your hand. And if you love the smell, then give it a good smell along the way. If you don't, then hold your hand like this. Ready? Get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, stir it up. Sweet potato. Okay, so you get the point. Here's the fun thing. If you've got a bunch of kids and you're doing this for a long time because you're stretching that out, because there's a huge mess that your co-teacher's cleaning over there, and you've got this chunk of time, then the real fun is trying to recall everything that you put in the soup. When it's time to eat it, you get a big scoop of it and just put it in your mouth, and then it's too hot, and then you problem solve. How do you cool it off? Do you blow? And come up with those different, I don't want to say skinning cats, but peeling pineapples, cutting pineapple options of ways that you can cool soup down. And then you taste it, and then you do that recall and see if you can recall how many things that were put into that soup. There was a hole, and the tree song. Okay. Now this one, I know no one knows because I made it up. So I'm going to have to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so of course you know I'm a storyteller, and so I like to talk about that we are planting our knowledge right now, you guys. And so if you could become the tiniest seed you possibly can. Now, sometimes that means getting really, really, really small into child's pose. Sometimes it just means like covering your eyes, covering your head, just get into a tiny spot. So I'm going to ask you to do that right now. Get in your tiniest little seed. Now get in the ground and dig a hole. You're going to plant your seed of knowledge right into that dirt hole. And then, you guys, we've got to cover ourselves up. And so what do seeds really need to thrive and grow their very best? And so you're welcome to popcorn and share your thoughts, or I'll just share some with you because, I love trees and I planted a few. So cover it with some soil and some compost, some worm casting, some bunny poop, not steer poop. It needs some time to rest before it can be put on, or it's going to burn it. Anyway, cover it with mulch, cover it with all things good. Okay, now, are you covered up? This is where the song starts. Out comes the sun, down comes the rain. Now, with all your might. Open and stomp your roots into the ground. Yeah, stomp your roots into the ground and stretch your trunks up so tall and reach your branches out so wide and pop your leaves all over your trees. The wind starts to blow. It's blowing a little harder. It's blowing even harder. Your trees fall down. Your trees fall down. Now, I do love to do that song twice so that they get a chance to practice it. And it gets more dramatic that second time always because the wind. They figured it out. So that's the tree song. All right, to wrap it up, you guys, because our time is valuable and I do want any opportunity for questions and brainstorming. And so to bring my major point back home, I want to say that you are only limited by your own imagination. Resources, not even, because water is fun. Water is magic. Water is science. Water is readily available unless you live in Las Vegas. But more importantly than objects and opportunity is tapping into your resources. You're here today. You're gaining these little bits of knowledge, but wait, there's more. Once upon a time, I worked in Bright Horizons at downtown Seattle, and there was 3 giant skyscrapers going up on every side of our outdoor learning center. And the kids could only look up and see a little patch of gray sky. And the licensor came in and went, "You can't have children out here. You need to keep them in so that they are safe." Well, let me tell you, we had 12 hours every single day and 140 children we needed to keep inside, and that wasn't very fun. And so I said, oh goodness sakes, I know some answers. Let's get some music and movement going. And let me go in and teach some music and movement, teach the teachers how to do it. I'll give, a little bit of time every day and get a chance to teach them how to do music and movement. And then something really cool happened. I connected with some of the other teachers. And this one teacher that was in the infant class, I invited her in. She happened to be a scientist, putting herself through school working at this early learning center. And she came in and taught my kids this coolest song. And we really connected. And she really became a resource and a peer and a friend. Let's fast forward 15 years later. I put it out in the world and said, hey, I'm on my grand book tour. Anybody want me to come over and connect in their community? And she did. And this sweet teacher that I taught with 15 years ago, I came and stayed with her for a week in South Carolina and loved it. And I spent 4.5 hours under a 250-year-old live oak tree and changed my life and healed my soul in ways no human can. So you never know the connection of the peers and the people that you have as resources right around you. Get to know, invite friends in, connect deeper with those parents and those teachers and the students in your class and find out what are their special gifts and how can they come in and bring it to your classroom, or how can you take your class on a field trip out to their bakery and learn how they bake bread. Any which way, get out as every chance you have and bring that joy with you. Did you guys hear that? Oh, you guys, guess what? You guys, I heard some thunder. I heard some lightning. I hear some raindrops. If you guys can, slap your knee. Add some raindrops. This would be more fun in person. But your raindrops, they start out small, they pitter patter, and then they start getting bigger, and they get bigger, and stomp your feet and make it so loud, because guess what? It's a brainstorm. All right, you guys, this is your chance. Now let your fingers do some magical typing and toss in the chats all of those great ideas of ways that you have already or imagine that you can bring more joy into the STEM teaching in your classroom. Whether it is, let's see what I've got. Don't forget, write in the chat, but I'm going to, oops, wait, go back. I don't know how to go back. Turns out. Oh, look at that. My stop sharing happened because my window closed. Okay. Let's go back to here. And while you guys are typing in our brainstorm, there's the brainstorm. Now I can go back to here. And now I can say, of course you need your song cube. Having little props to get attention getters, things like a rattle or a shaker to start that music, start that movement, get those attention. One of my favorite things to do with seeds is give each child one single seed out on a nature walk and let them decide where they want to see a future flower. And then you can talk more about milkweed and how it attracts butterflies. Calming fingerboard. Hello. Mindset. Mindset is everything. And if you know anything about me or you want to know anything about me, mindset is the name of my game. And let me tell you how valuable having that mindset is. I totally just want you to see all of it, but instead I'm going to let you use your imagination. Now, don't forget, you're adding in those brainstorming ideas so that we can all benefit from your brilliance. But any other ideas that you've heard or that have been triggered through this time, take your ideas and make something special out of them, and then share them with the world. That's what we do. Things like air dry clay or non-drying clay. One of the magical ingredients, Play-Doh, clay, anything that can really give that tactile, bringing it home experience of being able to get something in their hands so that it sticks in their mind, and being able to say, all right, make your favorite shape, and then discussing what shapes they can find. And how do you make a sphere? What is the thing, the components of making that sphere? Things like that. So never underestimate your toolbox. One of the things I'd like to add to your toolbox, this is what I want to add to your toolbox right here. This is my website, and something really cool happens on my website. You can put your email in there, and you are going to get a copy of my songbook. And so the songbook is great because you can just print out the whole page and use it in your classroom. It's just a bunch of great songs that I've been singing with kids for decades, and I would love any songs that you think need to be in my songbook collection. Please reach out. My website is a fun place to go and explore. It's got lots of info and ways to connect. I do tons of mentoring and coaching and in person and online. workshops and events, and I would love, love, love to connect with you, because connection is absolutely my favorite thing. So, that to be said, my final thing is to thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. And what I really want to know is, do you have any final questions, thoughts, feelings, wishes, wants, wills, desires, issues, concerns, or aha moments that you'd like to share? The stage is yours, my friend. Feel free to pop off of mute if you have any questions. Also, I would love feedback, because I am growing in this career and would love any testimonials or any feedback that you possibly can give me. Anything good, anything bad, anything upside down or underneath. I am happy to receive all feedback. And so, teacherjoy@live.com or teacherofjoy is my website. And I am so thrilled to get to be here with you guys today. So, thank you so, so much. I love and adore you. Thank you for all of the thanks. Thanks, guys. And if you could, please go and have a little bit more joy in your day, a little more joy in your life. If you need, put your face up close to the screen, and I'm just going to blow a little bit of joy your way. You're welcome. teacherofjoy.com, you guys. I'll see you online.